All right, all right, all right. Okay, can we all get our seats, please? Can we all take our seats? We've got to start. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. It seems like people are still sleeping this morning. Good morning. Let me leave this crowd for other people. I can see they're not interested. Let's try this crowd here. Good morning. It's getting there. You still sound tired. Good morning. My guy, you quiet, you looking at me, I'm saying good morning, you even looking away. Good morning. Oh, that sounds better. Let's try this crowd. Good morning. Hey, son, aren't you jealous? Aren't you jealous? Did you hear that? You can beat that. Okay, let's try. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, son. You see this crowd here? I can take them places, Lababad. All right, great stuff. We've got a long jam-packed day ahead of us, and we've got our guest of the day, the person that we actually here to listen to and hear today, but also here to listen to you guys. What are you going to present? Yesterday, you started off on your journey to prepare yourself for what you're going to be doing today. So I hope that, can we kill the sound a little? It seems like there's a, thanks. And I hope that you guys are taking it as serious as we taking this. KZN is on a serious mission on building smart cities. We've been listening to everybody throughout the country speaking about building smart cities. Others are saying they're going to build many Dubais, you name it. But we've been watching to see who actually starts implementing. And that's what we're here to do, is to see, is all the talk going to be backed with action? But the reason why you're here is to make sure that if this happens, it must not happen without you. I hope you understand why you're here. So smart cities is going to happen. Whether you're on board or not on board, it's going to be happening. But the big question is it happening with you or without you? So is it going to happen with you or without you? That's the question you need to ask. And I'm asking you that question this morning. Are you going to be part of the programs that are going to be implementing the smart cities, or are you going to sit back and wait to enjoy what's going to happen with the smart cities? Which one are you going to play? Are you going to be part of it? Or are you going to be just a watcher of it? Okay, some are saying I'm going to watch it happen. I like the honesty. Who's going to be part of it here? So few. Oh, you guys are serious, ne? Okay. Listen, the important thing about any transformation that is happening in the country right now, you need to choose whether you're part of the change or you're going to just sit back and let change happen and you watch it. Because whether you like it or not, change is going to happen. The choice is yours. Uzokibele training behamba noma uzoyibukela itrain indlule, it's your choice. Kodwa okusalayo lesistimela siyahamba. You need to make the choice if you're going to be on board or you're not going to be on board. Technology has advanced beyond cell phones. Hello? Are you hearing me? Technology has advanced beyond cell phones. Some of you are so stuck in Lama cell phones, you think this is the best thing that could have happened to any generation. Technology has advanced beyond cell phones. I'm looking at you sitting here, and I'm asking myself, every one of you have cell phones, right? All of you have smartphones, cell phones, you've got a phone. If you don't have a phone in this day and age, you've got a problem. All of you have phones, am I right? Hey, Bana. Dr. Leon, these people don't have phones. They don't got phones. None of them are responding. Do you guys have phones? Oh, then why aren't you answering? Yeah, I thought there's serious poverty issues here, man. We're going to have to send you all home and go and get people with phones in here. All right, so you all have phones, but this is the question I want to ask you today. When your phone is broken, where do you take it to? Who fixes it for you? You've got my friend, you've got Pakistan, you've got Bangladeshi. Who else? Huh? My brother, Zamzam. Oh, bye. So there's no Kuzwayo that fixes phones. There's no Smith that fixes phones. There's no Van der Merwe, Van der Westhuizen that fixes phones. Or Zuma Bona. But everyone has a phone, and yet not a single South African sitting here can actually repair that thing. Do you see the reality there? The reality is you're sitting on a gold mine and you're not tapping into it. You're sitting on a gold mine and you're not tapping into it. In average, in South Africa, each person has 2 phones. In average. You've got a Tamagotchi, the one that you use to phone the local people, and then you've got the one that has the Android features, ne? And you always say, no, this one is when the network is poor, and this one is when what. But I want you to face the reality. You've got no Kuzwayo, no Ngumalo, no Zuma, no Van der Merwe, Smith, or Poison that is repairing phones currently in South Africa. So whenever your phone is broken, you go and repair it, but none of those people are locals. And it's not because siyantshontsa. No, let's face the reality. It's not because we don't want to learn. That's the problem. I'm looking at the empty chairs today. I looked at them yesterday as well. I said, when will South Africa catch a wake-up call, especially our youth, where opportunities are given to you on a platter and you don't want to grab them? Today we do real talk. Free. An opportunity to learn. An opportunity to tap into spaces that have been blocked out and you've been locked out of. But people still don't come. Yesterday, others came with the bus, got off the bus, went straight to the beachfront. They were here on holiday. I hope today wasn't the same. It's time we tap into the opportunities that are given to us. And we take it and run with it full speed. Nizoloku nsale move and cry and toy when things are not happening. But when things are put in your face, what do? We sit and cry and complain. The opportunities are there. I'm going to share a quick story with you. Currently, we are running programs in Gauteng for MICT CETA as well as MQA. We got 50 learners in quickly here and connect. They're actually online, training right now. They're going to be in a class session till 12:30. They're being trained by my other company, which is, its head office is based in India, Orion EduTech SA, on cell phone repair, laptop repair, solar panel repair, as well as tablet and iPhone repairs. We were given an opportunity to train 50 learners on that. We registered 50 learners. We left with 40, and it's only 2 months in. And you know what's the saddest part? It's young people that are getting paid a stipend of 1,800 rand a month by government to attend training, and they don't pay a cent. They got all their training material. Just yesterday, they were given the complete toolkits to do all this. The toolkit cost about 2,500 rand. But you left with 40 from the 50. This morning, after they received toolkits yesterday, 3 decided not to come to class. This is the reality we face in SA. Opportunities are there, and that's the attitudes we get. We're running another one in the East Rand for 80 learners. It started this month. I'm hoping they're going to carry it through. We're going to be starting with Dr. Rolls, who's been putting pressure on me for a very long time. I won't lie, I had abandoned KZN. If it wasn't for that Dr. Rolls that's standing there, not this one standing here, I would have still abandoned KZN. I've had my share of disappointments in KZN. I've run lots of programs in KZN. Some of my graduates are sitting here today. They attended, and they weren't even given a stipend, but they attended the program fully and they completed. Others are carrying 2 certificates because they sat in the classes even when it got tough. So for them, and because of Dr. Leon, I came back and I said, okay, we've got 75 this time. It's supposed to start now in December. And we're going to bring the opportunity here, cell phone repairs and laptop repairs. We've got 75 that we're going to give the opportunity to. And we want to try KZN one more time and see if this time we're going to get people that are going to stick it out. The important thing is, when opportunities are given to you, do you take these opportunities and run with them? Or do you sit down and mope? A lot of times we sit and we complain. Government this, government that. But this katesningi, we need to look in ourselves, see what it is that we are doing when these opportunities are given. Some of us are culprits here of learnership opportunities because that's what other people just focus on, money. For me, money means nothing. But the paper with my name and my ID number that says I'm qualified means everything. That paper with my name on it and my ID number and says I'm qualified to do this, that means more than anything to me, more than money. Because that can make money for me in much more different and more powerful ways. Some of you are sitting here, you are graduates. I was listening to you yesterday. Some are graduates here. Some are graduates, am I right? Where's those graduates? Lift up your hands. Right. I'm going to challenge you graduates today. How many of you are employed? Stand up. Those graduates that lifted up their hands, how many of you are employed? Stand up. I want you to look around the room. Do you see anyone standing up? How many of you are unemployed? Stand up. Today we face reality. No, don't sit, stand. I'm not showing off with you. I'm not showing off with you, but we need to show our people so that they know what is the reality on the ground. Do you understand? Now here are your graduates. Stand, don't sit, stand. Your graduates that have graduated, but they are unemployed. They are carrying papers with them, but they are unemployed. Now I'm going to challenge all of you graduates today. You can sit. All of you graduates today, how many of you know that you are actually a walking entrepreneur with your qualification? You know that. And what are you doing about it? Now, this is where the problem begins. I don't understand why a graduate will have to sit at home and say, I'm unemployed, and keep sending CVs and keep applying and getting rejection, and you still do nothing about it. You are actually a walking business. The fact that you have that qualification makes you a mobile office, a mobile business. I don't know if you get me. You don't get me. Let me break it down to you. Have you heard of the term self-employed? What does that mean? You're your own boss. You work for yourself. Now, people that are self-employed, what do they rely on? What is here, right? And what they can do with this, right? Oh. Now you've got graduates who went and studied. So there, you studied what you want, service to small businesses. The problem with many of you graduates, you want to go and work for big company, get a job, earn a salary, and find security. Change that mind. From now on, start focusing on looking at these small upcoming businesses. With me. You do a little profile and you go and tell them, this is the services I can offer to you. Are you with me? You need my services. Can you afford me? Build my empire from there. With all my qualities, so you can become a... Turn it around, twist it. Change the way we think. You can't be sitting with qualifications and waiting for opportunities. We've got to turn this thing around. Let's create opportunities. Case in point, I want you to see when people come to South Africa from other nations. You don't find them begging in the street, except our brothers from Zimbabwe, the ladies that sit with children at the robots. I give those an exception, but that's how they can tap into the opportunities that present themselves. Today, they've taken full ownership of all our spaza shops. They've taken full ownership of our CBDs. They're running all the small businesses that we could be running because we don't see opportunities. We need to start as young people to see opportunities and stop waiting for handouts. We need to start changing how we see things. See an opportunity. Only one person is looking for opportunities. There was a guy that presented for PBICT. How many of you went to talk to him? Only one person. Does that not scare you? It's time we tap into those opportunities. One person came to me. One. And this is what I'm trying to show you guys. Y'all don't want to tap into the opportunities, that's it. And need to tap into those opportunities. If we've been here the whole day yesterday, out of all of you sitting here, one person came to me to ask for my information and ask if I could help them with a certain thing. One. One person went to the person that was representing PBICT. This should scare us. And this should make us worry. I want you all to stand on your feet because I want to see that you are listening and concentrating as I prepare for the first speaker for today who will be presenting to us. So, can we all rise? If you are not Christian and you are Muslim or any other faith, may observe a moment of silence. I'm a pastor and I'm going to do what God tells me to do. So those that if you take offense in it, please forgive me. But I'm going to open today's session with a prayer. and command the Creator to take charge today. So if you're going to bow your head, or you're going to raise your head, or you're going to do anything or observe the respect of it, I'll prefer if all men take off their hats, please, just to give a respect to you. I know no religion prays with their hats on, no religion observes a moment of silence with their hats on. Even so no excuses on the caps part. May we pray. Heavenly Father, I present this session to you this morning, and I present your children here today, Father God. May you open the minds, Father God. May you open them to see opportunities in everything that is provided. May today be a day where information is going to flow, and may their lives never be the same when they leave here. When they walk out of here today, may they be different. May they be touched by something that is going to trigger them to want to go back and implement, go back and put into action. But most of all, Lord, I pray that they may be connected to people that will open up more doors for them, so that favor may reach them in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen and amen. All right, let me see if you guys are listening or you are just looking at me. Let's make a circle with your right hand. And it's on Baba foot. I need 2 policemen here so you can see for yourself. Come, you're going to be my policeman, and you're going to be my policeman. Stand there and watch them and see how they're going to be caught. Yeah, quickly, come. Yeah, you my cop. My 2 police come up. One watch that crowd, the other one watch this crowd, and see how many we're going to catch today. I want you to see how many we're going to catch today. Are you all watching me here? Right, all of you, I want you to look at this. Do it. I want to see those hands up. Right, now look through it. Take it out. Now look through it again. Now take it out. Now I want you to take this and place it on your chin. You're listening today. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right, great stuff. I didn't catch anyone with this one today because I did it right. I should have did the opposite. Hey, I caught myself. All right, great stuff. All right, our first speaker today is coming from, remember, one of the other things that we need to tap into as KZN, especially Durban coastal areas, is the ocean economy. But the ocean economy is not an ocean economy if there's nobody that is responsible to make sure that the ports and harbors are okay for us to be able to utilize them. But guess what? The very same people also give us direct access to transferring technology through the ocean. So I want you to give a round of applause as the speaker from Spoornet comes up to the front and make their presentation for us. Let's give them a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Sanbonani, Johnny, okay. I just want to log in quickly. Okay. Okay. By the way, my name is Busiso Mkwanazi. I am the ICT manager just here in the Port of Durban. So I will be presenting about the smart port and also some work that we've already done in the port. So I hope that this presentation will help you, like, to open your mind in terms of what is out there, and also to see opportunities that the fourth industrial revolution bring to us. So just 2 minutes, I just want to log in so that I can flash my presentation. Actually, I like the name Spoornet, is the old one. Like now we are Transnet. Yeah. Is it presenting? Great. Wonderful. Okay. Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. I'll just move quickly. Okay, don't mind my book. It's just for me to ensure that I don't miss anything. Okay. So, before I start, my agenda is straightforward. I'm going to give you the brief background about Transnet National Ports Authority. Then in terms of who are we, what do we do, and so on and so on. Then I'm going to talk about the Industrial Revolution and smart port. So I will try also to bring in the smart city because you cannot have the smart port without a smart city. So I will try to combine the two. Then I'll take you through again in terms of where are we as a Transnet National Ports Authority in terms of the smart port and also implementing the fourth industrial revolution technologies. Then I will allow questions, but I'm not sure if the question will take them later, but yeah. So right, Transnet National Ports Authority, we are the regulated kind of organization. So if you look at my slide, we have port policy, which speaks to how as a port we should operate. Then we also have a maritime transport policy, which is the international policy, which also give us some sort of guidelines and best practices in terms of how as a port we should operate. Then we have the Port Act, which is the national, sort of like the small constitution for the ports. In terms of as the Transnet National Ports Authority, how we should operate our ports, because you'll see, I'll take you through in terms of what do we do, what kind of services that we provide. So the Port Act gives us those guidelines to say how should we deal with our customers, how should we deal with people who are accessing the ports, how should we deal with people who want to access our ports. Because the port is the national infrastructure or resource. So everyone should have opportunities there. Everyone should at least grab something out of the port system. So the port model that we have employed as Transnet National Ports Authority, or maybe that has been implemented by the government, we are the landlord. So if you look at, for example, according to the National Port Act, you remember in the previous slide, I did mention that as the port, we follow the Port Act, which gives us guidelines and some rules how we should run our port. So according to our model, number one, we are the landlord. So if you look at the port, you'll see the countries, you'll see the operation that is happening there. It's not us as national ports authorities who are doing that, but companies like any other companies, you can start your own company. If like you see an opportunity there to say maybe you want to be a vessel agent, or maybe you say you want to handle cargo, maybe you want to export coal. As now we know that there's currently conflict between Russia and Ukraine. So someone might see an opportunity there and say, how about I make some arrangement with a coal mine somewhere and start to export coal. So as the port authority, we have licenses. Then as you come to us, we give you a license. And that license will give you guidelines to say how you should operate as a port, how you should conduct yourself, looking at the safety and health in the port system. And we are the master planner, so we need to make sure that because if you look at 50 years ago and today, vessels have grown bigger, vessels or ship. So as the port planner, we need to come up with a strategy to say, maybe in 10 years' time, how can we expand our ports to be able to handle bigger vessels? Again, there are talks now that in 10 years' time, we are going to see autonomous vessels, which means the vessel that drives itself. So as the port, what are we doing now to be able to be prepared so that when that vessel comes in that economy? As the controller and port navigation, also in terms of security, we need to make sure, as I say, the port system, we handle goods which are coming from all over the country or all over the world. So we need to make sure that we comply to some rules or maybe policy or security rules that are implemented to us or maybe imposed to us by the international policies or trade. So we are the controller of the ports and services facilities. So as I said before, when you issue it a license, we also give you guidelines in terms of how we should operate so that you won't cause risk or maybe issues to other terminal operators. We are the marketer, administrator, so we need to make sure that like everyone here you can be a port user. So we need to market the ports to you. We need to say what opportunities that are in the port. So that's our mandate again. We are the change agent as according to King's 4 report, which says we need to be transparent. We need to take care of nature. We need to make sure of that we don't cause issues in our environment and so on and so on. So we coordinate again with other state agencies. So we work a lot with CSIR and other agencies that can assist us to develop. So this is the model, but I don't want to bore you on this because of like a police to say how are we treating the terminal operators that are operating, but we have port operators and other operators who are within the port system. So now, what is our mandate as the Transnet? So our strategic intent, if I may summarize this, is to make sure that we provide cheaper services, low-cost services. So how are we going to achieve that? So our value proposition says we want to be a world-class logistic operations that proactively provides integrated real-time information to drive decision-making, which leads to more efficient and reliable transport logistics. So it's like, let me give you a picture. It's like if to Mozambique. So as a vessel, you will come maybe from, let's say from China. You first come to South Africa maybe to deliver one container. So you come to South Africa, you wait 6 hours. Where else you need to go to, let's say to Europe to deliver about 800 containers. So you can imagine the inefficiencies that can cause that organization, if like as a port we are not operating. So things like technology help us to sort of like to integrate every logistic or maybe every player within the logistic chain to ensure that we provide efficiency and make sure that we provide some sort of analytics so that you can see to say, okay, right, you look at the system and say, okay, in the port of Durban, I see there's congestion, but I can quickly go to Maputo and deliver 4 or 5 containers. Then I see that maybe around about afternoon, or maybe 3 days or 5 days, the congestion will be eased. So all that is technology. If you look at the Industrial Revolution, and also on top there, I put the the port evolution. So the ports, as a port system, we need to ensure that we support the industries, because without those industries, we are irrelevant. So if you look at the old port, around about 1704, the main purpose of those ports was just simple. You bring your cargo, we move it. You bring your cargo, we move it. It was straightforward. So now the second industrial revolution, so for which introduced us to industrial ports. How many of us have been to Maiden Wharf? Do we know Maiden Wharf? Like you see the factories that are there. So that is the concept of industrial ports. Normally you find the industrial places then closer to the port so that they can quickly move their cargo. So those were the concept of industrial ports. So again, like the main purpose was just to move goods, to ensure that we get goods and we move it. Then after some world wars and all those things, there was also a need to ensure that we move a lot of goods, to ensure that we reach different countries. That's when the mass production again was introduced. Then mass production, like producing a lot of goods, so we have to move those goods, more like we are pushing, using our ports as a throughput to ensure that we move those goods. Then the third industrial revolution, for which introduced us to a logistic supply chain port. Now the port started to be complicated. That's when you remember the first computers, the big ones and so on and so on. So an introduction of 2G, Edge, and all those kind of technologies. Then now it introduced the integrated kind of logistic chain. So now we start to see, if you look at the first industrial revolution and second one, it was more on the engineering, because we are supposed to do, to build, we're supposed to have engineering to build those machines and so on and so on. It's a given. But third and fourth revolution, that's when technology was introduced. Now, on the third industrial revolution, we started to talk about computers. Fourth industrial revolution, let me not go ahead of myself, but the third industrial revolution, that's when now computers were introduced. We started to have integrated systems. We started to a little bit of e-commerce and so on and so on. Then the fourth industrial revolution, then it introduced something which is very, very unique, and that's where now the opportunities are. So I'm going to talk about fourth industrial revolution and the smart port. So that's why now this cyber physical technology, like now you find the machines that they can communicate without any human intervention to move cargo. Autonomous vessels can communicate and find out if there's a slot without even any human intervention. One may say, but now what's going to happen to the jobs that are currently here? So I'm going to talk to it on the next slide, because every new revolution introduces a new skill. Yes, engineering is still good, but if like you look at the first and the second, engineers were more I'm not saying they're not relevant today, but they were more relevant on the first and the second, because they had to build those machines, build those buildings, and so on and so on. Now we are talking about service providing ports. Now we are providing a service. It's no longer about the structure. Anywhere, wherever you are, you can request a service from the port to move your cargo. Then your cargo will move without your intervention. That's where the future is going. So then that's when now we talk about the 5G technology. 5G technology, it introduced the new protocol that allows machines to talk. The third industrial revolution introduced the TCP/IP. How many of you know TCP/IP? IP address and so on and so on. But now we are talking about the 5G, which allows the machines to talk and provide a service. Now, this is similar, or I can say it's the same as a smart city. Because if we talk about the smart city environment, today, the buzzword is green ports, green energy, sustainable development, and so on and so on. That's what we are talking today. And if we want to achieve that, it is going to be this kind of, if we implement it, not just be a slideshow that will stay there, but if as the port, as the city, we are intentional about it to say, we want this, and we start to find ways to develop it piece by piece. Then by 10 years or so, we will achieve this. So under the smart environment, one of the issues that the ports, or maybe the ports and also the city, the issue that we have is pollution. So we need smart technologies to be able to deal with that. Smart operations, bringing in and out vessels. We need technologies that will be able to give us data, because they say today the greatest commodity is data. Now it's a new gold. Like we used to see gold rush, but now we see data rush. So this data, you can share it within the the players in the value chain, or even beyond. Now we are talking about having the single window that everyone can see a single truth, in terms of if you want to know what's happening in the port, what opportunities are there, you just access the system, then it gives you that information. Then smart people port, you cannot put system without training people. People are the key in making sure that this concept succeed or not. So now that's why we talk about port city, port heritage, whereby you are able to go to somewhere, or maybe within a building, like in the building inside the port, you can see the heritage of the port without even moving around the port, because they currently there are security protocol that don't allow people to walk inside the port because of security and safety. But now you can go in this room and see the heritage that is in the port, like one of the building that we have, which is the Dumerin building. Apparently that building is only two nationwide, like worldwide, that structure and design. So those kind of heritage, you can learn about it without even putting your foot or lay your foot in the port. So smart people again, or maybe smart asset, be able to see the lifespan of your asset, the maintenance span, and so on and so on. Then smart energy, we know this one, green energy, solars, and so on and so on, and smart meters, which monitors the usage of our electricity and water. Then smart traffic. As you see in my previous slide, I did mention that one of the issues that we have in the port is congestion. So we need technological solutions to be able to deal with that. So I will take you through the 10PA Smart People's Port journey. So I will take you through in terms of where are we as the port when it comes to smart technology. Around 2005 and 12, we took some time to ensure that, because when you talk about the ICT strategy, that's when you talk about building capacity. So we took some time to build capacity, our networks, to ensure that our data centers, to ensure that as we bring in these technologies, we have a place where we can host them. So now, already we see an opportunity there. Networks, it's still important today. Network engineer, network specialist, it's also still important today. Then we introduced the new application, which is called Integrated Port Management System. We are operating 8 commercial ports national. So these systems integrated the operation that is happening in our 8 ports. So already you find an opportunity there. Software developers, system support, software engineers, and so on and so on. So then we went again to introduce another system, which is an e-commerce system. Now we allow the users from outside to our customers to be able to trade with the port without even coming in the port, or maybe here physically be in the port of Durban. So now, Order to Cash was a system that we introduced to enable that. Then now, the journey that we are in now is a smart port journey. So now, that's when now the previous slide that I showed you speaks about all those smart technologies that under the 4th Industrial Revolution that we need to implement, for which we require young minds, young minds who will come up with these solutions. So, so this is the progress that we have done as the National Ports Authority. You can see we already installing the smart meters, which are looking at the what is happening in terms of the electricity usage and water. We have the smart op centers. You can see IPMS, E5, and so on and so on. So yes, there are opportunities. If like you want to do maybe a course in technology, this is an opportunity for you to look at this and start to position yourself to succeed. So obviously we cannot do this alone. So we have our partners like SAP, Microsoft, CSIR, Huawei, and internal collaboration with our CI, or continuous improvement, to ensure that as we put these processes in place, we cover each and every aspect that is required. So this is the presentation that I have. So I hope that through this presentation, you have learned something. You have learned that when you come out of this place, you know what to do, and you know the causes that you can start to look at, so that you can start to be a part of this revolution that is happening today. Thank you.
All right. Sorry to you guys. Unfortunately, because of time constraints, we can't open up for questions and answers like we normally do. We're going to have to shoot right ahead. Remember,
Okay, we're starting just now. Just now. Now, guys, I want to just laugh. I'll just take the mic and go. I'd like to welcome everyone and congratulations for making it today, day 2. So let's get to it. Before I continue, I just want to find something out. Dr. Rosie Zoll, he asked us a question. The question was, are we for IR? What was the answer? I can't hear you. One more time. Are you for IR? Are you for IR? Yes, you are. Because we are in the 4th Industrial Revolution, we are moving. Today, I'll be speaking of the power of branding. So I had a session with some ladies. I recognize them there at the corner. We had a little session. But this is what I do for a living. I do branding. In lab branding. I don't do pull-up banners. I don't do caps. I don't print T-shirts. I'm into branding. Let's explore, because we are now going to the 4th Industrial Revolution, and we need to figure out how do we digitally do branding. You guys understand? We'll get there. We'll get there, don't worry. So there are 2 people I'm speaking to here. Those who want to build a brand. If I own a company, I have a solution, I need to commercialize, I need to go out to the market. Then there are those who want to help those. You want to help them to get to where they want to be. So if they want a brand, we are the ones. So I'm speaking to my tribe who want to do marketing and branding and advertising and all that. But I'm also speaking to those who have solutions and it needs to reach their audience. So let's get to know each other very quickly. My name is Dennis Rawls. I'm a disciplined maverick. I'm from Etandi. I'm the Deputy Secretary General of PBICT. And I'm a founder of a company called Pixel Tone New Media. We intentionally chose our name that way because we knew that the era we were going into will need continuous improvement. So new media will be new, was new 10 years ago, will be new now, and will be new 10 years later. So we always want to be able to adapt. Since 2013, we've been dealing with. We've officially been registered 2015. And these are the brands that we've dealt with, some of them. All right, so these are just notable ones. Government departments, television channels, television shows and more, music industry and all of that, right? So first we need to deal with the reality. What's the reality? There's over 300 million companies worldwide as of 2021. Globally, 95% of enterprises are small businesses. Like most of us who will be creating businesses already have businesses. 95%. And up to 70% of employment of people through small businesses. So small businesses hire up to 70% of the world's workforce. So why are we looking to get only government jobs? Government enables us as small businesses, those of us who want to open and going to be able to participate, right? Because it's our job to create jobs. So it's our job to be able to be forward-thinking all the time. stressful when you're thinking of building a company now. But I'm naive. I believe in the future. I believe in the future. Because I live in the present and I live for the future. All right? We are now ushering into the fourth industrial revolution. You guys can see cyber, physical. So this is when the physical, the biological, and the digital are going to meet in various ways. But they're all going to meet. And we do know that connectivity is at the heart of everything. Connectivity and the internet is going to connect things and people. Right now, the internet is connecting people and some things. So more things are going to be introduced into the connection. Now we have internet. So what is true about the power of internet? The internet is a very exciting place. It's very exciting, right? But we do know that as the fourth industrial revolution is going to come, kill old jobs, we are going to create new jobs. And you're thinking, we know what technology comes, it kills jobs, right? Jobs are going to go. No. Every time something dies, something is reborn. So we know there's going to be new jobs. Because in 2007, I've completed university. The job social media manager did not exist. We were not talking about that. We knew we'll have jobs in the internet, but in 2007, 2005, some of you guys were probably being born. Some of you were just kids, exist at all. Nobody was talking about it. Fourth industrial revolution. Internet users. Get back to talking about the power of branding. Because I said we are not dealing with pull-up banners, wall banners, shark fin banners, T-shirts. That's not digital, right? Yeah, it's all physical. So this is sorted. This is done. I need a T-shirt, I can get it. All right? So I'm a bit excited about this part, if I don't mind telling you guys myself. But let's get to it. A logo is not a brand. If you have a logo, you don't have a brand. You just have a logo. It's a symbol that helps you identify yourself. We need to discuss why is branding or building a brand important. We be recognized, all right? When I'm recognized, I need to get access to my customer base or my audience. And that's why branding is important. I need to all the time create an environment that allows them to know who I am next to people that I do the same thing with. Kodwa, I need to be able to be different. And also we need to know why brand strategy, who I am next to people that I do the same thing with. Kodwa, I need to be able to be different. And also we need to know why brand strategy is important. A strategy is a group of like there's cancel culture. Who's canceling? There's cancel culture. We decide that we no longer mess with you. Branding is deliberate differentiation, so you need to be intentional when you're separating yourself. How you speak, how you present yourself, what you wear, all of that is branding. Because you yourself, when you wake up in the morning, you brand yourself. The way you greet the people in the house, the way you greet your people, the way you walked in, the way you carried yourself, that is an ongoing branding process. And brand strategy is a framework that will help businesses move from who they are to who they want to be. So when we know those three differences, we know now how to tap into opportunities. Whether we are in the branding space ourselves and we offer branding as a service and creative service, or we have a business and it needs to build and become a brand, and it needs to have brand activities and have a strategy that will help it grow and bring the customers together. So, what do I mean with the brand strategy, which is very important? Here's a business on the one end, here's an audience on the other end. What is going to bring them together is that plan, right? Because when we strategize on how we build a brand, we know that we can bring an audience and a business together. Because that relationship, we determine it in the brand strategy, right? And we say, in this relationship, I want to have this type of relationship with my audience. So when we're thinking of our product, within 4IR, my digital product, it's a physical product, it's a training course that I want to develop, or whatever it is, how do I bring my people closer together? So we do know that there is old media. This has been the primary screen for many years, ever since it was invented. This was the number one screen. When we talk about a screen outside of the windscreen of a car, outside of the windscreen, this is the number one screen. This is the content delivery screen that we all have believed in and that the world has believed in for many years. But today, this is the number one screen, because wherever you go, it is there. You can't help it. It keeps coming out. Now I want to talk about something. Yesterday, there was a gentleman asking about commercialization. How do we commercialize? I overheard conversations. Hey, if they say we must do it, how are we going to do it? They must tell us how. The thing is, we need to figure something out. That this device that we all have, right? Dr. Rhodes spoke about it, dang it. He said we all have this device, right? What does this device have? The thing that we love the most when we're buying it. It has a camera, right? It has a mic, right? So if it has a camera and a mic, and you have a business, a solution, you want to commercialize a solution, you're saying, I don't know how I'm going to get customers. Why are you telling lies? Why are you lying? How many of us, by show of hands, use Facebook? How many of us use Instagram? How many of us use YouTube? Have you ever asked yourself, why am I on Twitter, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook? Why am I there? Because there's something there, right, that you keep going back for. You're an audience. Someone determined that if I do this, I can get people coming back over and over to come visit my page. All right? Now we say, hey, Mali, I can't afford a graphic designer, I can't afford a video guy, I can't avoid a... And then I say, again, lies. Because I have a microphone and I have a video camera. Let me show you guys something. Hey, yo, greetings everyone, this is Dennis. Check out the crowd I'm presenting to today. So we're learning more about 4IR, and today we're touching on branding and how we can use the power of the internet to build our brands as we usher into the fourth industrial revolution. Thank you. Peace. How much did that cost me? That video I just did now, how much? Who did I pay to get the video done? Who did I pay to rent the equipment? So you have equipment, you have solutions, you have things you're interested in that you want to talk about every day. But you'd rather comment and use it to not build our business. Because I am willing to bet that in this room, anyone who has a business, including myself, has never posted 5,000 posts about my business on all social networks combined. Not one of us, including myself. I'm getting closer to my 5,000. I'm doing 3 to 4, 5 pieces of content on my phone every day. Every time I'm working, I'm not working, I'm thinking of something. I have a solution. I want to advertise why I want to be known as the branding guy. And that's my purpose and that's my brand strategy, to say I want to be known as the branding guy. Whoever needs branding comes to me. If you want to create a brand experience, come to me. So I continuously talk about the same thing over and over in different ways. I design a post, I post on WhatsApp, I take that WhatsApp post, I take it to Twitter. I create content every day. I am a content creator because someone out there needs to know how to build a brand. So one day when they land on me, they need to say, there, I found the guy. So we need to post at least 5,000 posts of what we do, what we're passionate about, how we want to tap into the fourth industrial revolution. I want you, when you go down to the farms, if you have family in the farms, in the rural areas, emakhaya kahle kahle, and you go there, record, even if you don't have access to internet. Record your experience that's happening. Would you look at the roads? Look how we're living here in the rural areas. When is fourth industrial revolution coming to us? Because I brought it in my pocket, but I can't connect to the rest of the world. And that's why Smart Connected Province exists, to be able to bridge that gap so that we can make content everywhere. So that ugogo that's in arts and craft, that's making ubuhlali, beautiful beadwork of Zulu beadwork, she must be able to send and be able to participate in the world and be able to sell whatever she has to the rest of the world. That's how you commercialize. You use the devices that you have and you use the assets that you have. We'll touch on multimedia quickly, and multimedia, as you see, is multimedia. And this is the old multimedia. This is Web 2.0 multimedia, and Web 1, some of it. We have access to computers, phones, music, all of these things. We can use them to promote and push, right? You can use audio, you do a podcast. Your podcast starts here. You record your podcast of you and yourself, or just you and your homie. You'll sit together, you'll record a podcast, you'll post it up on SoundCloud. You have a podcast. You don't need a mic, not yet. You guys see where I'm going? So, the primary tool that eventually, that Dr. Rose spoke about, you guys need to be able to do what? Be able to repair. Some of us need to be repair. Ne? Smith, Van der Westhuizen, Zuma, Ozungu, all of them, ne? We're all going to be able to. Oshabalala, we're all going to ne? Eventually get into repairing these. And that's what we want to be able to do, because this is the most primary tool in your pocket, the most powerful tool that ever existed. The computing power in here is way faster than any computer from about 20 years ago, maybe even some of the older servers. The computing power of these devices is so powerful, it can change your life. Am I lying? We've seen influencers, right? We've heard of people getting paid millions in YouTube, right? Yes. Because this is where most of them started, with what they have. You have a phone every day. What's your excuse for not creating content? So multimedia allows us to tap into everything. This third industrial revolution, multimedia, it ends here, because this is the primary screen. But we are now ushering into a new space where brands are going to be built, where we will help other people build brands. In the fourth industrial revolution, we're going to have extended reality. So who uses filters by show of hands? Who uses filters on social media platforms to put nice filters on your face? Hey, we use filters, ne? We use filters, ne? Beauty filters, we put butterflies and all of that. You guys are using augmented reality. You didn't even know it, most of us. We've been using augmented reality for the longest of time. And brands are more and more going to have to tap into augmented reality. We do know there's virtual reality, right? We've heard of virtual reality. You wear on those glasses and you can see everything around you in another digital space. True or false? Can you see this little camera here? I told you guys, we said we knew media. This is a virtual reality camera. It is recording 360. It's recording top, bottom, left, right, every direction possible, all at the same time. In this small little camera here. Virtual reality. You can view virtual reality content on YouTube. Because if you go on YouTube, as soon as you get data, what you do, search virtual reality and see. And tell me if the future is not looking like that. We were speaking of augmented reality for a couple of years now. And Snapchat started sneaking it in. And we're all using augmented reality, not even knowing. Soon, we'll be playing games in augmented reality. Soon, we'll be able to buy a piece of furniture with augmented reality and be able to see the furniture in our house through our phone and size it and say, yes, if I buy this chair, it's going to look nice. I'm not talking about things that are going to happen. I'm talking about things that are happening. In this phone, I use a tape measurer. You know that yellow one? The one when it comes back, you're scared sometimes maybe it's going to cut your finger. I have an augmented reality tape measurer that came with my phone, courtesy to Apple computers, where I can measure right now from that part of the room to that end of the room just using my phone. And that's the power of augmented reality or extended reality. We are going to learn through augmented reality. Because if I'm learning about setting a table, I put a phone in front of the table. Augmented reality shows me that this, you need to lay out that you need to lay out that, and it's going to help us with learning. So instead of having something physical all the time, so theory is going to move into the mixed reality, or what we call extended reality. We are going to experience Ready Player One. Anyone knows Ready Player One, the movie? Yes. You remember in Ready Player One, they were touching things in the digital world, ne? It's called haptic feedback. I'm not talking about things that are going to happen. I'm talking about things that are happening. People are developing haptic feedback classes so that when I'm in a virtual reality, I can hold the mic stand. It's a digital mic stand, but I'll hold and feel that I'm holding something. The haptic feedback will allow me to do that. So when we say we are in the fourth industrial revolution, it means that we are in it for real. All right. So this is the end of my presentation, and I'd like to thank you for lending me your ears, lending me your minds. And I hope that tomorrow we all going to thrive to try getting 5,000 posts about our business, our passion, and we'll continuously talk about the fourth industrial revolution and how it affects me. Thank you very much.
Wow, that was quite insightful. I've already started posting. I did about 3 just now, just to see how these numbers are going to keep going. I hope I can maintain consistency. All right, great stuff. We are now going to get into our work groups of yesterday, where we need to get ourselves ready so that we can start presenting and preparing for the presentation. And in order for us to do that, I'm going to invite Dr. Leon Rolls, who will come up to the stage to explain to you guys what it is that he needs. But before Dr. Leon Rolls comes, we're going to give him a few minutes as he prepares himself. There's a group that I want to come up to the front, and they are going to share an item for us. Mics, please. Can I have that group come up to the front, and they will come and usher Dr. Leon Rolls with the song. We're showcasing talent here, not just ICT, but we also got talent, and now we want to put them live here. They're going to be recorded. They're going to be showing their talent out to the world there. So they're going to do a nice performance here. Can you use this side here, please? All right, can I have some mics here, please? Can I have some mics here?
Many.
We believe in one policy. When people ask for an opportunity, you give them an opportunity to showcase themselves. This is how it is, creating access, creating opportunities for young people. This is a group of young people, and I'm going to give their team leader to introduce who they are quickly. Not long stories, quick, short, to the point, and then present your item to us.
Sanibona. Siumlilo Mighty Singers, siqhamuke entuzuma. Nizoyibonela ke nani kuyashisa.
All right, let's give them a round of applause just to get them all excited up. Whoa, 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 whoa. Aye? Aye? Talent right there. Now I'm challenging all the IT people right now. Make them go viral. We need to show that these things work right here, right now. Make this go viral. I'm challenging everyone. Share it, put it wherever. You guys know your IT things. Let it go viral. Let's see what's the results of that by the end of today.
Who are we? That's it. Who are? Yabo. Technology, 4IR, and everything is built around pressure. The more pressure there is, the better. Right. Now, remember our groups. You had an assignment to do. Some of you team leaders, I said at 5 o'clock we must meet here. I only met with 10 teams. So those of you that had team leaders that made you go home without seeing me, your first task is to change your team leader. Are we together? So if you did not see me, if your team did not see me at 5 o'clock here, your first task is to change your team leader. Right? You do not want to be led by a person that doesn't respect time. You do not want to lead a person that cannot lead. Not everyone is born to be a leader, yes? So your first task is to change your team leader. Right? Now, at the back there, we've got some very exciting things, eh? Yeah, there's very exciting things. You guys saw that big drone, right? That can plant and do everything. It can carry up to 30 kgs. So all size 28. No more Ubering for you. Just jump on that drone. Yeah, well, I'm just going to go wherever with the drone. Right. Now, the time is against us, you see? That. Not looking at my watch because it's a nice watch. It's not a nice watch, but it's what it does that's more valuable. Correct? You can be wearing a watch that is 10 million rand. And I can be wearing a watch that's 1 rand. It's going to tell the same time. That's the value of time. But what you do with it is more important. So in the last 2 days that you've been wasting your time here, when you get out of here, it's what you learn. So, instruction number 1 from your general. Change your team. If your team leader did not come and see me yesterday at 5 o'clock, change your team leader. That's number 1. Number 2, those team leaders that came to see me yesterday, I hope that you've been communicating with the team that I command. You are going to build those solutions. Are we together? We are going to build those solutions. We want to make these things work. We got all the technologies that we want. We've got the right attitude. That's the most important thing. Right? So, we are going to leave the planner. We are going to go to our workstations. When we get to our workstation, yesterday at 5 o'clock, change them. Then in the team, I want you, each and every one of you in your teams, I want you to choose for me 2 people that are going to work with my captains there, my sergeants. I'm going to give them captains, it's too high a thing. Yeah, those sergeants. I want you to give me how many? 2 people. They are going to work on connectivity. They're going to learn how to build a network in 30 minutes. 2 people in the team that work with connectivity. I have a problem here, and I refuse to connect to this Wi-Fi. I want to connect to a Wi-Fi that you build. When I get here to the stage, otherwise, if I don't connect and it doesn't work, I'm chasing all of you away, and I'm going to see the premier myself. Go back home. What are you going to tell our parents? You want 10,000 rand. If they don't have 10,000 rand, you want 250 rand to build life plan. If they don't have that, you ask for 50 rand. So that you buy airtime, and you get to airtime, you go to NYDA, and you send me a WhatsApp and say, General, this prior doesn't want to give me 1,000, 10,000 rand. Or this cherry. Right. If you don't do that, then you'll have a problem. As your teams that you're building today, each and every one, R1,000. Yabo? Chelani razo lapan ukuthi nike R1,000. If ugele kunika R1,000, nerazi kunika R10,000, usuno R2,000. Ni team ni bangaki, new 10. See how much money you got. 4IR is about being together. It's about thinking differently. It's about us not doing this, but it's about us building. You understand? So how many people are you going to give me? 2 that are going to build this network. Maybe buya singanayi Wi-Fi 7. Then you are going to give me 1 person that is going to work on robotics. Going to work on what? Robotics. How many people? 1 from the team. Then you're going to give me 1 person from the team that is going to work on IoT. 1 person that's going to work on IoT. Then you are going to give me 1 person that is going to work on smart tech. That is going to work on smart tech. Are you still with me? Right? Then you are going to give me 1 person that is going to work on 3D printing. Hey, Tabang, is the rabbit finished printing? The rabbit is still printing. Okay. Tabang is printing a rabbit there. Let's hold the 3D printer for now, guys. Let's hold the 3D. Give me 1 person that's going to work on it. Of the people that stay on the table, 1, 2, 3, 4. You understand? Are we together? So the rest of the people that are left on the table are going to build the solution, whilst the others are out going to learn this technology. Are we together? It's now 1:45 on my watch. So you guys are going to go out and do that. Once you've chosen the people for the connectivity and the different things in your teams, I'm going to give you exactly 5 minutes. Chase them away from there. Let them come here. Are we together? And then all the people that have got, that would have been chosen for connectivity are going to sit in the front here. This row. You're going to fill this row. All the people that have been chosen for IoT are going to serve on this row. Then behind them is going to be robotics people. Behind there is going to be drones people. Are we together? So go to your teams and let's get it done. I'm giving you exactly 5 minutes and I'll be waiting for you. Let's go, guys. Let's go.
I think that was but I'm trying to see So kuna presentation angithi niyazi
Okay, so nami ngeke ngazama siqale. We were supposed to create a team name, and our team name is Siyaphambili Innovators. And then with team name, we were supposed to come up with a solution. And the solution is and the solution is supposed to choose one technology from the foundation. And then we went with smart tech. Young distractions.
But avoid we've got plenty of land here engasebenzi. So singasebenzisa lento e-bricks. Njengamanje into elijayo India, land eLichina kulento zamasola. Ungathi China ngesi-advance yabo but India njengamanje ene-solar plant enkulu. Right thina we don't build solar plant. So that's no wazi ukusupply amanye amakhaya nenkampani zokwazi ukureduce i-carbon dioxide ezicreate-ayo ona le machine yabo since we are affected by lento le.
So now we are changing from this weather center to solar plant.
Because
Hey, why shy chief? Hey, why shy chief? Think about intellect. Think about intellect.
So for instance, lo muntu lona ke ozobe angizobe khona lama whatever countries.
So what? It's in there. I understand. Ukwazi noma sohlelo leminyaka because of asani
I feel like I can talk like a lion in land. But I'm land different love.
umuntu abasekuphinda abantu abanje. Hey, lalelani. Alvin. Oh, come here. Hey, what's going on? Check this out.
So solution for local sithole ama-computers ama-computers and loko
We want to get the signal straight out there. Michael is a very good teacher, and it's going to be telling you what to do, right? So this is very physical, so some of you will be climbing ladders and assisting Michael to get this thing done, right?
Okay, so let me guys, it's called a microtech. It's an LTE router. You insert some pipe here. This will insert a power cable. And then on this port, I'm going to insert something to port Ethernet line. The thing that's going to give out.
Michael, I'm leaving them to you. You guys, this is Coach Michael, and Coach Michael is going to be helping. You're going to be helping Michael in putting up, on the cable, mount the radio on there. Michael, guys, got it. Let's go for it. Wait, Michael, what?
Once I'm done configuring this device, you're going to give it to the guys there and buzz it outside. It's an outdoor device. This is called a fly lead. So you come into this device. It's called a POE. In order for this device to come on, you need to plug into this device.
Yeah, I was on internal mic. I was on internal mic.
Right, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Choose a robot, get it working. Right, guys. Then to the arm, right. Remember today we had Spornet. They are busy moving from crane operated. They're starting to move now with robotics operated systems. You understand? So what you guys are going to do is build an arm, robot arm. Right? When I come back, that arm must be working. Oh, wait? You got it, guys. Right, Tilly, they're all yours. Right? Right? You ready? There's your coach here, Tilly. Let's open the box. Smart tech, guys.
I apologize in advance for my language. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to build a robot arm. The key things, the most important things you need are the base, the batteries for power, right? And then the base for the joystick. And okay, there's a bunch of other parts here, but mainly you need, these are the things that you need. And obviously you need the components for the arm, and it's like very tiny things, but there's a completed one over there on that table. It was on display yesterday. I don't know if you guys saw it on the table there at the back. Yeah, that robot there. Yeah, so basically that's what the components are. So what the first thing we're going to build is the base of the base of the robot arm, and before I finish, the important
I don't know why you have to always say all of Tilly's, but anyway, they get offended, not that. What they are going to be teaching you guys is smart fixing. Right? When I come back here, I want you guys to understand how Alexa works, switch on and off the lights, and see what it can do, so that when you go back, remember what this is all about. If I can switch this kettle on and off, it means I can switch on and off anything else. I can switch and control a pump that from the water reservoir closes and opens. You understand what I'm saying to you? It means that I can shut off a main switch, which means that to load shedding I can say, instead of me saying everyone must suffer, switch off load shedding this whole section. No. Put you on load shedding. When everyone else will schedule 5, because when you're up to date with your lights, you don't schedule 1. So my lights are on when are off, because I'm home. Just making an example, guys. Come on. But you understand what I'm saying? Yes. So when you go back and home, hey, I think you're only Siketela. You're taking 5 minutes to go there to here to only Siketela. No. Alexa, switch on the kettle while you're still doing something else. You understand what I'm saying, guys? Yes. Ah, yes, man, I'm on Siketela. Oh, this, no. Are we together, guys? Coach, come better, they're all yours. Take it. Where's my drone, guys? Where's my drone, guys? Where's my drone, guys? Come, my drone, guys. Come to me, come. Right, guys, are we ready? Come, guys. Drones! Guys, drones move faster than that. Right. You have the other drone. Yes, demonstrate them outside. Okay, perfect. Guys, you are here to learn about drones. What you need to understand, I won't want you flying my drone or learning on my drone. No. But here you understand what the drone technology is, what it's capable of, what this drone is, what's the whole industry, so that when you're building your solution, whatever it is, you want to that dispense medicine, you know, you are asking all these questions, how far I can fly, those things. This is it. Are we together? Right. Remember, I know everything. And what I don't know, these are my brothers here that I'm going to hand you over to. They will tell you the part I don't know. We got it. Go for it.
Welcome everybody. We Hummingbird Technologies. Technology is the way drones is a massive step of new technology that's been coming to South Africa. You can use it from under the waters, above the surfaces, security. You can use it for videography, photographies. You can use. There's so many different applications that you can use drones for. I think the most important part of drones is actually understanding where you can use them and where you can't use them. Part of drones is very, very regulated in our country, and that's to avoid accidents with aircraft that are carrying passengers. As per normal, every person who buys a drone, the first thing he wants to see is how high it can go and how far it can go. Okay, and that's all wrong. So we have when you start using them in the wrong aspects. Today basically what we will do is we will show you that we have agricultural drones. This is the Agris T30. It is capable of crop spraying, so any of your chemicals that you need on your crops, whether it's fungicides, herbicides, insecticides, we can apply this by drone. No more tractors and these big booms in the mountainous areas. It's so easy to get into these areas with the drones. That drone over there, it can also do planting of certain crops, it can do planting of your grasses, and it can do the fertilizing as well. So you have a full package, all in the Agris T30, all in one. The way that drone works, 19 satellites are connected to this drone at once. What this drone does is it goes and we fly it, and it takes pictures of the environment where it wants to work. Just a second and I'll get the picture over here for you. Just to show you the imagery, and what happens is the farmers, when they're going to do their planning on their field, they go onto the computer and they go onto Google or Google Earth, and they view the imagery and they plan their fields over there. The first problem with that is the imagery that they see. This is the quality is very bad. The worse your imagery, the worse your planning. The other problem is that Google Earth is sometimes so far behind, some places 2 years, that the field doesn't even have a crop on anymore. It's already been harvested, but the Google shows it's there. We send this drone out before we go and work it. It goes and evaluates the field real time. What is happening there right now? And this is the image that we get from that drone. You can see the difference. Now you can see what you have to plan. You can see the hose pipe in the garden. You can see everything. This imagery was taken from 100 meters above the ground. Okay, so you can see that this drone really gives good imagery for good maintenance and good practices and good planning. Once we've taken this drone, will fly and it'll take hundreds of photographs, and they overlap them all the time. And what it does, it creates a 3D model, which is this picture over here. So when the drone sees this, it knows to fly over here, down, lift, and it will change the altitude and the flight path of the drone all the time to maintain a safe, clear height above the obstacle at all times. This, once it's created this imagery, all we do is we save it on a little memory card. We take that memory card, we plug it into that drone. Now that drone doesn't see the landscape, it sees the program. So before it even gets to an obstacle, it knows to go up and down and everything, which also allows that drone now to fly right through the night. We don't have to worry about anything. You can literally start it up, give it its task, it will go out and do its task, and it will come back safely. And you put a new battery, you put a new fluid in it, and off it goes. This is the battery that goes into that drone over there. It's a 29,000 milliamp hour battery, lithium ion, but the battery will only last anything from 6 to 11 minutes, depending on the terrain. If it's a nice flat terrain where the drone can go, it will fly for 11 minutes, which is normally the same time to finish 1 hectare of work. So you can imagine 1 hectare of work is 100 meters by 100 meters, and on average it will take about 7 to 8 minutes to complete the work over there. No tractor can do that, nothing else can do that. The only thing you can do that is an aeroplane, but it comes at a different cost. Okay. We're unfortunately not going to fly this drone inside the building at all, but we have a demonstration outside where our pilot, Ntokozo, he will give us a demonstration of how it works and what it can actually do. It's got liquid in, it's got everything that will do there. That's basically these two drones over here. Working in the drone industry, we have to understand maintenance. The drone needs to be maintained as if it were an aeroplane. It's not a car that when it stops you can just take it in. If it stops in the air, finished, because it will fall and it will break down. So we have to have good maintenance. That drone has to be maintained every 100 hours of flight. We take it apart, we take the pumps. This is a pump to pump water. We have to strip that, change the oil, check the parts inside, close it again, put it on, and reinstall it onto the thing. Most of the drone is of composite material. The drone weighs 36 kilograms, empty, which means there's nothing on it other than just the drone. The battery is about 11.5 kilograms, and on that drone, which is the fertilizer, we can put up to 40 kilograms of fertilizer onto that drone, giving us about I think it's 79, 80 kilograms. So it's very, very strong. It was until the 1st of November the biggest drone sold in South Africa in the agricultural industry. They've just released the one better than that, and that is the Agris T40. To give you a small idea of our drone, it has a flight path. Let me see if I can pick it up for you quickly. So basically how this drone flies is we take the image from here, we create the 3D model, and we create a boundary point. So we'll have a marker here, a marker in each corner, and we create what they call a grid or a flight path, where it will fly up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, to complete the task that it has in front of it. When the battery runs low, we get a warning at 20% that the battery is low. The drone must come back to have a battery replacement. All the liquid, all the fluid in it, when it gets to empty, it will come back. But what the drone does, it's so intelligent, it makes a mark where it finished working. So when you replace the battery, it goes to the exact same place, and you can start to continue with the task from where you left off. Alright, that's basically how our agricultural drones are working. You will see there's a lot of equipment over here. Battery, we need a specific charger to charge it. We can charge this battery in 8 minutes, so that while the drone is flying, the generator is charging the battery, and we have a new one ready for it as soon as it arrives. We always have 3 to 4 batteries on hand. Okay. You will see there is a few radios around here. That is communication in the field. So if the drone is flying and you don't see it, you have to have somebody on the other side of the field. So we're in communication with each other all the time. This is a weather station. The drone is capable of flying in all sorts of weather, wind conditions, everything. The altitude above the ground. It gives you the wind speed, the temperatures, the humidity, and it also works out what they call a delta T, which is taking all these parameters together, and it converts them from a calculation, and it gives you a result which is called a delta T, and then we have to work it. When the delta T is below 4, we have to stop spraying. When it goes above 8, we stop spraying again. And these are all for safety reasons. You can understand that working with herbicides and insect killers and things like that, it's very bad for humans, so we don't allow the drift to blow onto where the humans are. This drone is really ideal for small farmers where they cannot get in there with sprayers. They don't have their own equipment. The land is not suitable to get in there. So they can't bring in helicopters, they can't bring in aeroplanes. So this is really, really a good tool. So for anybody who is interested in agricultural drone spraying or something like that, if you just need to do a good case study on your market, and you will find that the small farmer is a good target for you to do, and I believe your business will be successful. Okay, this solves so many problems for the farmer. We go out to the farmers, we say to them, give us your problems, we will find your solutions. And that's how it works. You know, you need to understand your client's problems before you can give them the solution. And this is the solution for crop spraying.
Is that the charger or generator there?
That's the generator over there. It's a fast, it's a fast charger. Just to give you an idea of how much power this battery uses to charge. If I plug this battery into my house and I want to fast charge it, it trips Tokozo. He is a drone pilot, and he's been working for us flying in the field for a while now, and very successful. You know, if you have any questions or Tokozo, you can share any information that you've learned over this. Any questions from anybody? We would like to fly one of the smaller drones in the building, but we need special permission, and that it's a legal requirement which we don't have at the moment, so we won't be flying one. The people here, anything can go wrong and we will endanger them. We're within buildings, there's radio interferences and things like that as well. So, and for those of you who don't understand drones, when you're flying a drone and it's going away from you, everything is 100%. But when the drone turns around and comes back, your left is right, your right is left, your front is back, and everything. So everything has changed. And now we have a drone that turns and flies sideways. Now everything is backwards and backwards again. So it's quite something you have to learn to follow and everything like that. So yeah, we would rather not fly it without.
Can you please tell them where they can learn how to fly drones?
Yes, drone. If you're interested in a drone pilot's course, there are a few available. In our area we have, in Virginia Airport, we have Starlight Aviation, they have drone courses. Here we have, in Virginia Airport, we have Starlight Aviation, they have drone courses. You learn the law, you learn the technical aspects of each vehicle. RPAS Flying Academy, which you can use as well. Our company is busy doing, we have a license here, pilot's license. They have to be registered with the Civil Aviation Authority. They have to track them. You have to have maintenance. It's registered as if it was an airplane. The same standard applies to your drones here. And for you people who are flying drones, I had a question, how can the drone fly? Please remember, if you are a drone operator, doesn't matter what the drone is, you may not fly higher than 120 meters from the ground, please.
So you're saying you can't buy the drone without the license?
When you're buying a drone, the retailer has to make you aware of what the requirements are for that specific drone that you're buying. So for this drone, it's less than 250 grams. This one, you don't need a license. So depending on what you're going to be buying, the retailer has to outline what your requirements are when buying drones.
And it does. There's a map, like how you have a map on your cell phone when you need GPS navigation. So it does show you. It actually tells you, and it doesn't want to go up. Like, for example, yesterday I flew it on the other room, and it could tell that there's something at the top. So it's got sensors at the top. So what it did, it didn't want to go higher than 9 meters because it felt it did a measurement or whatever, but that size. ship. Obviously, there's a lot of electricity lines and all of that. If when you start it, because now there was an interference in a sense that if right now it needs 1..
The no-fly zone. The no-fly zone pre-programmed. So 10% that drone will land. Okay, but these are good questions.
Drone that is waterproof.
Yes, you do get drone. One there is also full water.
What about Samsung?
This one not.
You can take this one. You can take this one.
What?
You can take this one.
Okay, no, it's fine. I'll take this one.
What's happening?
Take this one. It's complicated. If people don't want to shift up, they don't want to do anything there. So it's kind of tough to do.
For you, okay. Let me go.
You'll go up.
Just place it down.
Right. So now we have this way, right? So now we have the base. We have the base of the arm. We have the base of the whole robot. We have the base of the arm. We have the one side. She's busy with the other side, right? So now.
I suppose I'm going from under. Low. And.
Right. So. Can somebody else come? Who else wants to build a robot? I'm thinking of the 3D printer. Who else wants to build a robot? Yeah. Okay. So I'm giving you 3 of these. Which one doesn't extrude? This one here doesn't fit. It doesn't fit in here. So it's gonna have 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna put it 1, 2, and 3. Ne? No, the other way. Yeah. No, you don't put this first. You put that first, and then this sits on top of that, and then you put screws in here. It's not supposed to sit flat. Here's the spanning thingy. Hold this in one place, right? And then you just screw it from underneath. But it's tight enough.
And this side is not tight.
Yeah. Same motion. You just need help to ask someone to hold for you, and then
You don't have another one.
another spanner. Let me check the other box first. It doesn't. I'm gonna get one here.
I think it's not tight though.
If it's not tight enough, I can always give you a longer screw.
No.
So what was it? What was the life is? Life is. Okay, the shot is 3. It's 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is not happening. I'm just moving this screw around.
Yeah, so that's why it's a different platform.
Yeah, what's going on with this thing? But it's supposed to work because see, there's still space here.
And there's not supposed to be space.
There isn't supposed to be space. It's supposed to be sitting flat. Like on the side here, see, there isn't space. And there's space on the side. But anyway, nah, this is fine for now. It's just a prototype anyway. You're gonna build another one when the premiere comes.
Okay.
Okay, so that's the one side, base. Wrong one. Is it the right one?
Yeah, it's the right one.
Do you know why I said not the side and the side?
It doesn't fit on the side.
It doesn't fit on the side.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
Because it's going to fall.
It actually remember you have when you set up your network, you put passwords and things like that so that you can actually but on the devices themselves, what happens is you can choose to lock or have them connected to certain devices within the house. Maybe it can be, say, mom, dad, and the kids.
I think the software could even recognize
it does have the software recognition part of it. As much as yes, the technology is you just don't install things and then still be vulnerable to people from outside, hacking into your house. So this is actually a smart camera as well. House. So this is actually a smart camera as well. It works off of the similar technology. As you can see, it can be wireless. So which therefore means
power battery, but the lithium battery.
Well done. It is. It really is.
So there's so many opportunities.
How much?
Between the buildings.
Something like this. How much is it?
That drone alone is going to be that's for the package your batteries, the drone. When you compare that to the tractors and springs and everything at the maintenance, you can pick this drone up and drive it to farm in a long hour.
How far does it go? 100?
No, around the job.
So the battery is that the but at any given time it uses one battery.
But we have the charger, we have all the graphs that we can charge it. We can charge the battery 40. So by the time it's finished, hectic, it comes back with a new battery. So with this, the accuracy.
So it tells you how many kilometers the flow.
Yes, exactly.
How many kilometers? The range.
So it's not always about ignore. Because this is a drone that's
Oh yeah.
after 500 meters, you can have every 5 seconds.
Oh, the range. You communicate with the tower.
We fully
Yeah, sure, yes, it is. So you assembled it and
well, we
I saw
imported.
that you have one, they don't, I thought they have one in South Africa now, they're selling this. There's a company that I saw, which sells industrial. Yeah. Really economical. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. there might not be roads, there might not be connectivity. So those are some of the things that we had to. Guys, if we are delivering government services, we've got to be accountable. When I'm talking about accountability, I'm talking here about understanding the spatial outlook of our province. Now, the spatial outlook of our province, as many of you might know, is that our province is mostly rural. And if it's mostly rural, it means unless government begins to aggressively develop the rural areas, you're still going to find huge migrations of people moving to the urban areas, hoping that that's where jobs are. And yet, if we have our development equitably, around the whole province, we would be able to then make people, even those in the far-flung areas, to see that no, I don't need to go to the urban areas because there is development happening next to my doorstep. And we are really now progressing with spatial referencing our project to put education department in the map and say where are the projects of education department. Put human settlement and say where are the projects of human settlement. Every department, so that we can say there's a white space, the department's not going into this particular area, or if this one can go there, which one can go there. How do we collaborate as well as government so that we can build human settlement, we can build out. So we've really had to get our teams to understand that unless as government we work smart, we work in a collaborative manner, unless also we understand that we don't have endless resources. The little resources that we have, let's put them in a pot, let's maximize the utilization of those resources. Holding people accountable, we have adopted what is called the consequence management framework. The consequence management framework deals with the disciplinaries, the consequence management. It begins to say, give an example, a filter into the bigger scheme of things for people to realize that if we are to be efficient as government, it's our frontline interaction with our communities that matters. It's our frontline service. It's the lived experience of our communities that matters, rather than our books, rather than our business plans. But how do people experience the service delivery of this government? Business opportunities. We do have a few business ventures that are coming up that I've listed. But we've also been discussing with a number of companies that have got a plan of expansion of their companies. So such as Dunlop, if they want to expand, or any other company for that matter, who want to expand, but they can't expand because there's not enough electricity, because there's not enough water. So that business expansion strategy is helping us to interact with business to say, what is the plan for your company in the next 5 years? How do we ensure that as a government we align ourselves so that our investment is not just economic infrastructure, but it's both economic infrastructure and social infrastructure, so as to maximize the service delivery. I've already indicated how many holes we've been able to close, and our plans, the flats that we have right now can take everybody that is in the hall, the stock that is available in the market. Now the issue is just about us to complete the processes and then move people into that. We indicated that last week already 4 shelters were closed, and this week I haven't received the report as yet, but we get reports every day as to what is it that we've done today, what is it that we've done this week, what is it that we need to do if we need to change course. So the plan about the investment really is to ensure that the environment is conducive for businesses to invest in KwaZulu-Natal. every country in the world has got what is called small and medium enterprise development. You go to Dubai, you go to China, India, Europe, anywhere in the world. Governments ensures that local businesses do benefit from businesses for investment in that particular area. Now, what we still need to master in our province is whether our businesses do have the capabilities, the skills that are required for expansion of those companies, for companies who want to come and invest. We have been in discussion with a number of companies, opportunities, investments that are on the roll for us to be able to realize. Yeah.
Thank you very much to the Premier, and thank you, colleagues. I think that now concludes our media engagements. I think the Premier pretty much covered everything that was asked. Also, I did share a statement on our media group.
And other various areas where these have been very successful. In our 100 days, we've also been paying specific attention on the capacity of government to deliver services. And it is crucial, that it's very important that with the smart technologies that you are introducing to us, that you are also inventing here, we are going to be introducing some of these smart processes in the strengthening of a monitoring and evaluation unit of the Office of the Premier, but also working to sharpen the skills of our public service. We have done the skills audit in the provincial government to see, Uguti, how are the skills in the province. Also, we've done the skills audit in order to ensure that wherever there are mismatch, we are able to realign those people, because we've seen in many instances, even yourselves here, you would have graduated maybe having a civil engineering, but then you go and work as a clerk in a corporate services unit. And those are the kind of mismatches that we want to really deal with, because ama skills ayadingeka kwezinye indawo, and uthola ukuthi abangale administrator ayenza kwaka administrator, engineer ayenza kwaka engineering. So that is why this process of skills audit has been very important to us as government, but also to see where is it that we need to improve areas again. In government. There's many departments. Worse, you'll find that people are at home enjoying a holiday, but they're getting paid. And they keep on postponing lama disciplinaries and therefore rendering the system ineffective, because you cannot employ somebody else unless you've dealt with that disciplinary. And those are some of the things where we are tightening the screws as government to ensure that disciplinary issues are dealt with promptly, but also we ensure that there are warm bodies where there are supposed to be warm bodies. We've also had a number of partnerships that we've been able to master with various organizations. We've met with women's organizations, religious sector. We are going to be intensifying our program of gender-based violence, working with the civil society organization under gender-based violence. You will see some of, I do want to say that we're very excited that you are to Dr. roles, because we are negotiating with the other party Ukuthi some of the teams that are going to be winning in various aspects that you are doing, we might want to support them with the startup packs, so that when we talk about the connectivity that you were doing, the team that was laying the cables, laba bazosifakela i-Wi-Fi, langa phakathi, those teams should be able to have a starter pack so that when they come out of this week, baphume installer, as you've seen how do you do the installation. Same as the smart classroom, same as the robotics, same as the smart houses, and I can assure you that there is more than enough jobs for you who are going to be installing the smart houses. And I'm very happy that I've heard many of you talking about opening, you're closing your windows while you're at the office and doing all kind of things with the solutions that you are building here today. So I just want to say that my excitement will only be realized when many of you mustn't check next week. We find that you've made progress from what you've learned this week. You can be able to link up with some technology classes in Germany, and you are able to be taught various skills, again, on the Internet of Things, on the issues of IT. We have met with NASA, South Africa, and we are in the process of meeting with NASA in US, and these are all the opportunities that we want you to know that you can go to the space. South Africa has been involved in the launches of the space. I don't know how many of you know Oguti, South Africa, whenever you see the space being launched, whether in US or in any of the continents, South Africa is always part of building that space that goes to the Mars. And the one thing though that we're talking about with South Africa is that it's about time that our young people not only, or NASA South Africa doesn't only contribute to launching other spaces of other countries, but it's about time that we have our own space that we are going to launch. And I'm sure we can make it because with launch. And I'm sure we can make it because with the solutions that you are coming up with, I mean, the sky is not the limit for all of us. So we have begun laying a foundation to usher the new era of change, renewal, and the sense of agency in everything that we do as a province. But we want to emphasize the social cohesion. We want to emphasize the peaceful existence of our people. We want to emphasize the support that our people need to give to our young people, particularly those who will mentor you. We already have a team of women CEOs who are mentoring quite a large group of young women in various skills. I think they're taking the 3rd class now of 50 each that they are mentoring, and it's really looking very positive for us as KwaZulu-Natal that in a very few years to come, the unemployment would have been really pushed back than what it is here today. So we're aiming to implement our service delivery program of action much faster, with greater focus, with greater determination, and we commit to remain accountable to our citizens, and we will do our best to inspire, to support, to restore the trust to our citizens, that KwaZulu-Natal can be the province that leads in everything that will liberate South Africa, particularly on the economic front and the economic space. So, ngala mazwi, ngiyanibongela once more, those of you who are part of this boot camp, please take it very serious. Take it very serious. And this is the future that you are beginning here this week. And we want to see you next time playing in the world space. Doing businesses with companies in Asia, in Europe, in Americas, and everywhere in the world. Even when you are here at home, you are able to do business with any of the countries and with any of the companies. But you can only do that when you take serious notes, but also advantage of the opportunities that we are giving you here. And I do want to really also applaud the Office of the Premier, but also our project team bringing forward this program. And he didn't say that I must stay in January. I think it was January, where we are going to Moto. It's a girl. I think she's 15, 16 this year. She's built a cooler box, the normal cooler box, and she put the motor in it and a monitor. A cooler box, mago transport for any organ in the hospital, whether in Tlizdi or whether it's Zinto or anything, a transport because it must be cold. So the cooler box that has got a motor to make those organs to be cold. And when the temperature changes, the cooler box does also give the beep to say temperature is not good for this organ. And that is many of the other work that is being done by young people that use many of the other work that is being done from here, putting one foot forward at a time. Thank you very much.
Thank you once again, Honorable Premier, for that detailed 100 days progress report, which really, demonstrates a government at work, and a government at work with young people at the core. The Premier presented a report that is detailed, that is practical, and demonstrate what practical problems, solutions, and also opportunities that are there for young people. The Premier spoke about opportunities in the aviation sector, opportunities in, in various industries of our economy, that you young people who are here are already, tapping into those sectors. So once again, let's all give the Premier a huge round of applause. And with that being said, I would like to then, release, you young people, because you have a lot of work to do as part of the boot camp, so that Premier can then engage with the media that are here as well, to also get clarity on some of the issues and areas that she focused on. And she's still coming, to engage with you as well. We did see her earlier when she arrived, that she was engaging. Thank you. If you can just make your way towards the back so that we can continue with our program.
Bangibheka lapha ngaphandle awubheke nalowe yellow t-shirt ubhizi yalunguza instead of coming in ama lady eyiport abafuna ukungena. All right, let's settle down. Can I have some roving mics here, please? Can I have some roving mics here? Lance, can you do some mic duties for me there? Mic duties. Collect a mic there, please. I need one more person to do mic duties from our team. Where's our team there? All right. Welcome back. Did you all have a good lunch? Nidle suit? Too much? I know. Usalambi? Serious? Yo, when I was at Tuzoli, Ashwen. I said there are 3 types of people that come here. Ne? The Malambanes, the Masocialites, and the Seekers. Which one are you? All right. Okay, how many people have collected new contacts, created new connections? That's a good improvement from this morning. I'm impressed. That's a good improvement from this morning. I'm impressed. Okay, that's good. All right, guys. We're getting into the part where I need to hear from you guys. We've been here for 2 days. We've been here for 2 days. And in the 2 days that we've been here, I want to hear from you. What has been the key learnings? What are your takeaways? What have been your key learnings? What are your takeaways? Yini lo uzohamba la today, having learned, having picked up, or having identified. What is it? By the show of hands, round number 1. Let me see. The first 5 hands, that's 1. Next hand. Wait. Keep your hand up so I can see. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Any hand this side? 5. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so that's the first 5 hands. You saw those hands, right? I've got 4 this side. Number 1, Lance, follow the cue numbers. 1, 2 at the back. 3 here. Hello? 3 is here. 4 here.
Namaste. Pumi Makwaza here from Kwamakuta Township. Guys, ngifunde okuningi mina. At 40 years, I never thought isitifiketi sami se-robotics. Because ngasenza on my spare time, nge-break at Wits. I went to Wits University, and during breaks, kwakhona le program yema-robotics, and my friends used to laugh at me. Bethi ngiyenzelani leyo course, but today I learned ukuthi lento engangiyifunda ngangiyidrawa kwi-computer i-robot, but namhlanje ngikwazile ukulenza with the team. So now I'm able to go back to my NPO, which is called Mpumelelo Drop-in Center, and empower youth le engisebenza nayo ukuthi nayo ingene kuma programs anjengalawa bafunde benze izinto and be part of a changing world that we see today. Ngibonge nje kakhulu.
Sanibona. Mina into engifunde namhlanje it's about drones. Kahle kahle drone mina ngiqala ukuyazi mengibuka news zifike lapha, but namhlanje ngifunde kakhulu about drones.
Thanks a lot for the opportunity.
Good day, guys. Igama Julius Wagamnis. Mina, what I've learned for the past 2 days, I always thought, for you to be in the space of IT or ICT, you need an IT qualification. But then I learned to no, you can actually do programs or short courses and then equip so that you can be able to start your own thing. The future is digital, guys. So I encourage everyone who's interested or who liked whatever is happening here or has been happening since yesterday to continue. Let it not end here. Go out there and do our short courses, and then do start your own thing. Thank you.
Right, that is round one. Give them a round of applause, please. Okay, we're going into round two. I'm starting this side. That's 1, 2, 3. All right, any more this side? 4 and 5. Great stuff. I hope you saw them there, Lance. Lift up your hands again here, please. 1, 2, 3. Can you see there? All right, and then there is 1, 2 here. Okay, go ahead.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ngobile Mdladla, and one thing that I learned is the word cobotics. I didn't know that you can combine employee equity and skills and development into incorporating it into technology purposes. Now,
hello guys, it's me once again. Since I spoke too much yesterday, I just felt that I should share my review of what I have gained with such an amazing group of people. Okay, I have learned that the jobs that our forefathers, starting from my ancestors, my mother, my father, and the other ones that I cannot mention, are slowly being swallowed and going away, which means that we have to equip ourselves in a 4IR way. Not to say that if you really want to stay with what your forefather used to do, hunting and gathering, you can stay with it, but you're just being left behind. 4IR is here and it's here to stay. So let's equip ourselves and align ourselves with it so that you won't be left behind. Thank you.
Sanibonani. Okhulumayo la umama uMvelasi. Ngijabulile ukuthi ngibe la nani bantwana. Kodwa kungijabulise kakhulu ngifuna ukuzobuka itechnology ngithathe back to the location. Intsha iye kudrug ama drugs, i-drug technology. So into engibukile lapha engiyithandile ama drone. I-drone ukuthi insimu uyakwazi ukuthi uyichelele ngayo ihamba phezulu. Awusakwazi ukuthi uloku uhlupheka ufuna la lezi zinto lezi zokuchelela. Kuningi nje sikubonile okwenziwa i-drone la ngaphandle. Bese kuba i-smart tech. Ukucima ugesi ngise Cape Town ngiucime kwami. Ngijabule kakhulu. Ngiyabonga.
Hi everyone, my name is Hlengiwe Khoza. Actually, it's not what I've learned, but it's a bit of inspiration. So yeah, not long ago you asked Gutena who are graduates within the household, and I was one of them. So, and there's one thing that you did mention, that you must be that youth that we must create our own opportunities and not wait for the opportunity. So I was actually inspired because as much as I am a graduate and I actually am employed, I'm self-employed. I have a company called Womb of the Seed, and which deals with the youth, especially those underprivileged youth within ICAS. So with the organization that I have, it deals with bringing about career guidance, because if you had to notice, ingane efunde emalokishini, they are not privileged in terms of getting or equipped in getting the information and knowing what, see, if I had to, for instance, if I want to be a pilot, which type of subjects that I need to do. So with the organization called Womb of the Seed, what we do is 4 hour. Thank you so much, Guy, and hey, bye.
Niyaphila. Niyaphila. Ngifunde kuningi, ngifunde likhulu. Government esikuwona, the drowning government departments esikuwona, ngibuke the smart youth that you guys are. Ukuthi ningayuthatha lo msebenzi niubeke to another level. Nathi singeseyona youth singasizakala ngani nje ninodwa. Siyajabula kakhulu, especially mina nje ngibe carried away nge smart tech laphayana, ukuthi uyazi smart tech is intertwined with each and every component elana ngoba
disturbance. So the gamers can go to the nasenamba nonke manje, others are pretending to be gamers, yeah. Wena ngazathi ne controller uyazi nokuthi into enjani le. Uyobukela mabona kude wena uyayazi control. As the others othatha amasheli, not even chance. All right. Guys, it's been a great time. But before I actually allow you to start taking over the stage, can I have some young, strong gents to come? Maybe I should say young, strong ladies. The last time I asked for young, strong gents, the lady said, what about us? Some young, strong gents, can you please just take these 2 tables off the stage for me, please, quickly? All right. Something is here. I'm putting my arm on. I like that. My hand, my arm, same difference. I'm resting myself on it. Is that okay now? Hey, people in there schoolers. So what's this? It's a chair. When I say take a seat, did she doubt? Did she check the chair? Did she test it? Right, none of those, right? What did she do? She sat down because she took the seat. You understand? So she sat down with that confidence. Why did she sit down with that confidence? That's the first thing. Wait, right? And when you sit on there, you sit there because you believe it's made to take on your weight. Okay? I want you to think of that. Thank you very much. Now, here's my lesson for you today. If there's anything in life that you can control, hear me out and hear me today. The only thing you will ever be able to control in life is your seat. Anything else you'll never be able to control. You can't control anything in life except your seat. Let me introduce you to the seat. The seat is not the chair that you look at here today. The seat is the 4 key things that you've been given by God to be able to control. And if you have to learn them today, learn them well. The S is for speech. S is for speech. What you say will determine who you become. What you say will make you who you are. Guard what you say. Many of you like saying, poor me. That's why you
Hear me well. When you say, poor me, what have you done?
declared poverty to yourself. Now, don't ever question why you're poor, because you spoke it. And even the good word says, whatsoever a man saith or speaketh, so shall it. So be careful what you. Remember, the most powerful thing that we have is what? What can it do? It can build, it can break. So be careful what you say. Say the things that build you. Say the things that make you. And say the things that grow you. Stop saying things that bring you down. Stop saying things about yourself that bring you to a lesser than who you are. So start practicing that now. Speak only great things about yourself. That's the first thing you got control over. If anybody says something negative about you, you're not saying it. It means nothing. Many people call me an idiot. Growing up, I was called a failure. Today, I employ those that called me a failure. Hello. Today's those that called me an idiot are the ones coming to ask me for advice. So, if there's anything that you can ever manage in your life, is your speech. One, speech. Write that down. Secondly, the second thing that you have control of is emotions. The E is for. Stop going around telling people that they made me angry. Hello. Nobody can make you angry. Anger is a choice. Your emotions are your choice. Don't be fooled here today. Nobody gets angry for no reason. Nobody gets happy for no reason. So you've got control of your emotions. Your happiness and your anger and your whatever is controlled by you. You control your emotions. Nobody can make you angry. If I say, "Wazwa movie," will you get angry at me? You laugh at me, right? Then why mind goes that way? So train your mind to control your emotions. You choose. Somebody says, "I'm ugly," I laugh. Why do you think I always say I'm the handsomest by my brothers? It's because that's what I want to speak into my life. What you believe is your choice. It bothers me not. And it won't change the price of bread. If you thought I was ugly, it doesn't change the amount of money in my wallet. So why should I bother? Have that as an attitude. R. Kelly put it very nicely when he said it. He said, if it doesn't make me go to the toilet, I don't care. Do you understand? And that's how you need to start seeing it. So control your own emotions. Because that's the only thing you have, and that's what you can control. Number 3, attitude. Attitude. Your attitude will determine your altitude. We are too negative. Our minds are bogged down by negativity, by our surroundings, our community. And what do? We then apply the negativity. Nothing has ever brought me down that I remain down there. I survived lockdown. Today I can laugh and say, hey, lockdown was tough. But I survived it. You survived it, didn't you? Aren't you alive after lockdown? 5 years from now, you're going to be telling your children, hey, you don't know whether we survived Corona. A virus that was killing everyone. People were falling left, right, and center. I came out victorious. Yeah. Corona, boy. Remember our parents told us they survived cholera. You're going to be saying you survived Corona. Your parents survived cholera. You survived Corona. So you've got something to talk about. So that's an attitude you must have. That survival attitude. Always looking for opportunities. Always looking for things. What am I? They know this because I've told them. They've asked me, hey, why you don't come around anymore? Hey, we hardly see you. I say, because I move around where money is made. They say, what do you mean? I say, no. Channel your thoughts on things that can change your life. Channel your thoughts on opportunities that you learned about, you saw. Even when you watch TV, when you watch Facebook, when you watch whatever. Don't take that and start daydreaming about it. Channel your thoughts. How can I take this and make it into a business? How can I look for an opportunity in this? Channel your thoughts in those things that are going to make you prosperous. So your thoughts is what's going to pattern your lifestyle. Your thoughts is what changes your mind. Now your thoughts is how you draw a roadmap on your mind. And your mind then finds roads that it will travel. So channel your thoughts. And always make sure that your thoughts are channeled in the positive things of life. So if there's anything that you're going to walk away from here, having learned from me, is you have control of your seat and take charge of it. Can we give a round of applause to Dr. Leon Rolls as he comes onto the stage to do his closing remarks? Thank you.
A round of applause to our program director. Doc, something that has always been done. You are not making new money. But if you wake up today and you decide to use 5D printing, 3D printing, whatever printing, and you are printing a potato, then you're making money in 4IR. Are we together? There's a lot of things. The Premier was here, and you heard her, correct? You heard her, what she said. You heard her, what she said. Some people are not here. Now I want to tell you about something called an opportunity. The window of opportunity is this small. Small as it is, it only opens for a glimpse of a moment. And when you're looking and you got your eyes open and you're looking for the window of opportunity, you will not see it. Only blind people can see it. Thinking that things will come to you and fall from the sky. You will not get rich by you going to church and praying that you want to be rich. God doesn't like rich people, because if God liked rich people, then most of the people in the world will be rich, because God loves more older people. Like it or not like it, it's fact. Are we together? Now, where is Mel's? Where is Melina? Can someone get hold of Melina? You've seen the technology. You've started up your groups. I went to each and every one of your tables. Those of you that got to pitch to the Premier, some of you, and I think there was 4 tables where she said, now this solution, I will buy into it. I told you, you have 1 minute to do an elevator pitch. And when I say you have 1 minute and that you're pitching to, doesn't matter what you are saying. You sell your idea in 1 minute. Do you understand? Because if you know something well enough and you believe in it, girl, 200 rand, invest 200 rand in my business. Zothini girl, anginayo, ngifuna ukumosha imali yami. Zothi girl, it's the last time manje. Cela girl unginike 20 rand, ngizoqala business yami, ngifuna ukuthenga i-airtime, khona ngizothenga i-data, ngitshela uDr. Rolls ukuthi wena awufuni unginike le mali. Yes, okay. Now, let me tell you what's going to happen. I said to you, Uguti, I own you up until I close this section. Now, this is what is going to happen. All of you that are sitting here are going to walk a journey with me. I'm not a nice guy. I promise you, I'm not a nice guy. The people that you see wearing these nice t-shirts and smiling at you and all of those things, ask one of them if I'm a nice guy. I'm not a nice guy. Don't call me. Don't ask me for things if you're not going to do it. I don't sleep. So if you sleep, don't even bother phoning me. Don't even save my number. Sleeping is for lazy people. Sleeping is for people that don't want to get rich. Sleeping is for people that don't think. Sleep. If I sleep for 1 hour, 2 hours. Sometimes I stay up for how many days? 3 days, 5 days without sleeping. And after that, I'll sleep for 1 hour and I'm back again, 3 days not up. Do you understand? If you ask me a question or you want help with something that I believe is a stupid question, I don't bother answering. I'll blue tick you. Stupid. There are people in here, think about 15 people that I'm already marked for deletion when it comes end of the year. The Premier said, Dr. Rolls, city in Daba, and I want these people that are sitting here to be the ones that are presenting their businesses with their business ideas. 850 million is available for you young people, all of you sitting here at KZN. Let's go make that money. I want you to make that money. I want to be sitting with millionaires. I want when I phone you and I say, Kel, hey, jump in, 20,000. Dr. Rolls, for you, anything. You heard? When I say outie, hey, how's it? Yeah, boys, I won't even ask for that. I don't ask money from girls. Don't even bother. Boys don't give money. Hey, boys don't give money. Check there. When I just said, outie, look at him, it's like they're hiding now. You don't even have the bucks, Brian. You're already hiding. How it's going to be when you have the bucks? Yo. You see? Ladies, we still in this thing, right? The two of you, right? See? Yeah. You check that, bruh. Told you about the bowl of 100 cherries. You check what just happened. This is the book. May I make money? This book is called A Bowl of 100 Cherries. Now I've got 5 books that I'm going to give away, right? So if you want a book for free, part with this book. Hey, here is Amchet. Hey. It's okay. Someone said this is a fantastic read for anyone who is seeking to shift. Tell you right now, this book has just 100 pages, and each and every one is a cherry. In life, whether you've had a good day, whether you've had a bad day, whether you're down, whether you're up, or whatever it is, at the end of the day, you either need that one cherry to pick you up, to celebrate, or to uplift you when you're feeling down. This is not a book that you read from page 1 to the last page. It's not going to help you with anything. But I can guarantee you, no matter what you're going through in life, open this book, go to any page, and read it. It will be relayed to you. Now we're going to test this. Who wants to be the first one to try it? Come. Right, who's the next one? I need 5 people. Come. From the guys. Amen. You guys. Now, from the guys. Who wants to have 100 cherries? What's wrong with this? Have 100 cherries. What's wrong with these outies? Come, bruh.
We can cheat many things, but time is accurate and dedicated to doing what it does best, moving forward. Today, yesterday, and now may have been bad or good. Tomorrow may be the opposite or the same. There are the basic rules of time. You can stand still, close your eyes, and wish for time to stop. But when you open your eyes, the moment will be gone. Wasting time doing nothing or something unimportant will not stop the unfolding of fate or the course of life. Doing something that shapes the next moment is worth the effort. The next moment is approaching very, very fast. Don't waste this time. Prepare to ride the next time wave.
Is that relevant to you right now? Thank you very much. Congratulations. You see, it's that easy. Give me a number. Number 7. Hey, lucky number 7, eh? This is your number 7. Your name and read your cherry.
My name is Leah, and my cherry says, "The time to do just that with experience. Being without trust or respect for anything and anyone is where the cradle cracks. Some foundations are instilled in us during the early stages of our lives. We are taught many things, but as we grow, we unlearn them in a blind quest to be free and independent. When we find ourselves in a dark, cold corner, reality kicks in and we learn the line becomes wider. Always ensure that whatever you do and wherever life may take you, make respect, trust, and honor your cornerstone." Thank you.
Is that relevant? Yes. Lucky number 7. What's your number? Name, and here's your cherry.
Kamalam Dingsisand. That pass us like a comment. We miss some opportunities in a blink of the eye. We must forever keep our eyes open to see what others miss. Judge carefully, trust your instincts, and rely on your intuition. Always ensure the best possible results from every situation. Keep the balance in check. Ensure that the people in your life are those that you can rely on and depend on when the time comes. Thank you.
Number? Huh? 15. People like low numbers, eh? Okay, name.
Your life starts and ends with you. People will see you through your attitude, not your physical appearance. The energy you give off can do moment. Always be kind and friendly to attract opportunities. Thank you.
Yes. Hey, last but not least, brah, this thing's gonna get you cherries. Hi, brah. Yo. Hey, me, I'm gonna choose a cherry for you to read. I'm telling you, brah. Hey. Yo. You see this one here? This is the one you must read to your cherry, right?
Hello, my name is Vincent Zuge. I'm reading page 108. Beauty must spark of joy. Your beauty shines a light of happiness in my heart. For that moment, your smile just wipes away all my problems, and I'm the happiest. I am forever inspired and looking forward to tomorrow, to see where you take me, beautiful. Each day is a fresh look at your smile. Oh, look at you to my eyes. Every glance at you penetrates deep in my soul, finds me. My eyes are blinded by you and crazy about you. My mind is forever ignited by you and it's stuck on you. I am hopelessly in love with you. My heart sees you and beats to your turn. My soul dances to the melody of the heartbeats when you are...
Right. So guys, this is what is going to happen. I've requested each and every one of you in the groups, make sure that you have a WhatsApp group. That's number 1. Number 2, you are going to communicate in that group. I hope that your phone numbers on the register and your email addresses are correct. The ladies in the office, Mel's and her team, everyone that is here, thank you for bringing everyone here. The recording, the catering, the food was absolutely delicious. All the guys that have been recording and making this live, e-sporting, but most importantly, let's give a round of applause to everyone. In the absence of our premier, as well as her team, the DG, and everyone that has made this possible, those people that believe in you, let's give them a round of applause. Safety officer and your team, the ambulance, the guys that assist us out with the registration, thank you very much. Much appreciated. The guys with the drones that showed us what the vision is, we're looking forward to working with you guys and all the techies that were here that made this possible. Thank you, gentlemen, very much. We are doing this thing. That are going to be building a smart, connected province. Walk around every day, think of solutions. How can we solve and help the city? Now, I will be calling you to an event before end of December. And you have to come as your groups and you're going to pitch your ideas. Are we together? You are going to pitch your ideas. Those that show up to that event will be winners. I want to have 40 applications that go to KZN Growth Fund to access the youth fund that the youth have been failing to access for the last 3 to 5 years.
Okay. It appears that Liverpool has won, and remember, she's the only player that has actually registered.
Communicating. Doesn't matter what the portal is, but we're going to be creating that portal, that we're going to be communicating, that we're going to be communicating what it's like when you're polishing up your pitch. Those of you who have experience pitching to the premier, I went to each and every table and start building our solutions. Do you understand? Are we together? That's what we're going to be doing. Keep those groups. Start working with each other. Treat yourself as if you are a company already. Don't worry about registering company or doing on those things. When I call you to pitch on that day, those vans that are parking outside are going to be here. We'll be having people that will help you register your company. You must come with your ID, proof of residence, it must be certified, and everything. The rest, we'll take it from there. Are we together? Let's make this work. I do not believe in talks, and yet you never walk. There's no long walk to freedom. Mandela already walked that for us. We want to do a short walk to financial freedom. Let's make this work. Who are we? Thank you very much. Let's do it. Right, guys, the buses range outside. But those of you that still want to engage, I'm still here. There's some young guys that wanted to talk to me. Where is this guy? Yeah, Chief.
Okay, guys, before we leave, one more thing. Remember we said 5,000 posts, right? So I want everyone who has Twitter, who took pictures of themselves today and everything we were doing, there's 2 handles you can add. There's 2 hashtags.